Mae'r cyfle yn euraidd i chi gystadlu dros eich gwlad yn y gemau gymanwlad, y safon ucha sydd ar gael i ni fel Cymru. Mae pob lwc yn eich ymdrechion i gyrraedd y safonau yma a gobeithio bydd tîm mawr gyda ni ar gyfer y gemau gymanwlad. We wish you all the best with your endeavours in attempting to achieve these standards, and the best of luck with all of your training and all of your efforts in the coming months. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
The policy will go live on the 1st of January 21, and then the policy will close April 2022, which is April 24th. So in that period then, it's the responsibility of the athlete to satisfy this standard. The challenges right now, current climate, are obviously hoping that we have a competition season, which I'm confident that we'll see that grow through the summer months, and the opportunities will be domestic and international where athletes can satisfy that window. And then there's a preparation phase then the following winter with a final slot at the end of probably January 22 going into April 22 for athletes to get that last chance of nomination. There are two differences. Team size. Team size actually in Australia and the Gold Coast was a bigger team size across Sport Wales than it currently is being estimated, shall we say, at the moment. There's some limitation around village space, there's some limitation around the team size, so the size of the team might not be quite as big as it was in Brisbane. Then second to that is that the appeals process, and probably this is more important, and just to reiterate that there'll be a lot of communication through the process of the policy. There'll be athlete long list days, there'll be communication sent out to the athletes, but we're fully aware of the complexity around the policy. So there'll be an Ask Us type session once a month, and we'll be breaking it into elements of the policy just so that we come to what I'm just about to discuss, and that's the appeals process, and that's the change in the policy. So the policy before on the appeals process was external to Welsh Athletics. It was run by a Commonwealth Games independent appeals panel, and sports put the case forward, and that was then assessed whether it was going to go to the team or not. Now it's been pushed back to the sports, so the appeals process will be run by an independent appeals panel, but will be Welsh Athletics independent appeals panel. The nomination panel will be a Welsh nominations panel that nominates athletes, but the appeals process is an internal process now and not an external process, so that's the clear difference from last time. I think there are two things at the moment, and the unknown is, will we have a full competition season? Will the opportunity be there for athletes to have a normal, should we say, qualification process by getting the standard in the right competition environments? The Commonwealth Games Council are asking sports to probably satisfy more evidence-based information around the process of what athletes are doing in the current activity. And that's actually coming into our policy. So, for example, what we'd refer to as a performance indicator, what we'd refer to as evidence-based performance output, shall we say. So, for example, if we said a 1500 metre runner running 1200 metres at their target pace of the A standard, short recovery 300 metre finishing speed, that might be one way of saying that's a performance indicator. 3 times 5 kilometres or 4 times 5 kilometres for the marathon would be indicative of saying that athlete's showing a performance indicator. 300 metres at a critical speed towards 400 shows an athlete's in form. Now that's all, should we say, for discussion at the moment. There's nothing really been established to say that anybody's going to be judged on that type of, should we say, performance indicator, but we're being asked how will we provide that evidence.